Two coins, $1 each, and very different machines underneath. Between them, USDT and USDC are most of the stablecoin market. Yet one is sitting its first full audit, and the other just became regulated Europe's default dollar. Same peg. Very different promises. And this year, the gap has never mattered more. I'm Rachel from ChainSense. In the next 8 minutes, how each dollar is built, what the proof says, where your region tips the scales, how both behaved under fire, and a verdict that matches coin to job. Because safer, full stop, is the wrong question. Safer for what? That one we can answer. Start inside the machines. Both are fiat-backed. The same species, unlike synthetic dollars such as USDE, which live on a derivative strategy. But the builders differ. Tether is an offshore issuer, its reserves parked mostly in short-dated U.S. treasuries, with non-traditional holdings such as gold and Bitcoin also on the books. Circle is a U.S. company holding cash and short treasuries inside a regulated money market structure, and nothing exotic beside them. Two treasuries-heavy piles, assembled under very different roofs. Scale splits them too. USDT is well over half of the entire market, the deepest order books, the tightest spreads, the default dollar across emerging market rails. USDC is the clear number 2, concentrated exactly where regulation is tightest. One grew up serving traders, the other courting regulators. Both childhoods show. So the matrix starts forming. If your priority is liquidity, the pair that always exists, the exit that is always open somewhere. The USDT column strengthens. If your priority is knowing what sits behind each token, in which instruments, under whose rules, the USDC column pulls ahead. Now the proof, because a peg is only as good as its paperwork. Tether publishes monthly attestations from BDO Italia, dated snapshots. Its first full audit, by KPMG, began in March 2026 and is still running. No opinion has been issued. Milestones? Yes. Assigned opinion? Not yet. There is history on the file, too. In 2021, Tether settled with U.S. authorities, $41 million to the CFTC and $18.5 million to New York, over old claims about reserves. Circle publishes monthly attestations as well, and since 2025 it has been a listed U.S. company filing audited accounts under exchange rules. Neither coin hands you a real-time X-ray, but the disclosure postures differ. A private giant midway through its first audit against a public company reporting quarterly. The market prices that difference daily. The decision line. If proof weighs heaviest for you, the USDC column leads today, and note that this is a dated verdict. The day KPMG signs a clean opinion, rerun this section. The full attestation versus audit anatomy is already on the channel. Region is where this stops being theory. America first. The Genius Act builds a federal lane for dollar stablecoins, a lane USDC-style issuers are built for, while Tether, as an offshore issuer, cannot qualify as it stands. Its answer is USAT, a separate U.S. token issued through a regulated bank, the offshore giant, and the compliant twin side by side. Europe, MiCA. Holding USDT stays legal, but you cannot buy USDT on a compliant EEA exchange, and some venues have delisted it for EU users outright, offering USDC instead. Not a quality verdict, just shelf physics. So for an EU viewer, the market has half decided already, licensed venue first, and on that venue, USDC is usually what is on the shelf. The UK is drafting its own regime, a third map in the making, 3 rulebooks, 1 wallet, and none of them optional. Across much of the rest of the world, USDT remains the working dollar, the rail that remittances and traders run on. Decision line? Your passport and your platform choose with you, sometimes before you. Stress is where design shows. March 2023, Circle disclosed $3.3 billion of reserves at Silicon Valley Bank. USDC printed near 87 cents over a weekend, then recovered fully within days, once deposits were guaranteed. A custody scare, not an insolvency, but it exposed where USDC concentrates its risk, the U.S. banking rails it lives on. USDT's bad week came earlier. May 2022, the Terra panic. The price wobbled on secondary markets, yet redemptions kept clearing at par, billions of them, and the peg held. Par is the word that mattered. 2 storms, 2 survivals, for opposite reasons. Its stress question was never the banks. It is the opacity premium, trusting reserves you see monthly, in snapshot form, mid-audit. So pick your fear. If a banking system shock is what keeps you up, USDC's worst day is the one to study. If disclosure gaps bother you more, USDT's file is the one to read. Both survived their tests. The point is which test yours would be, and the full autopsies are already on the channel. So the verdict as promised, a matching, not a medal. Pick USDT if the job is trading float and liquidity, the deepest pairs, the emerging market rails, wherever your region allows it. Pick USDC if the job is parking value inside a regulated setup. US alignment, the cleaner disclosure file today, and in Europe usually the only one of the two on a licensed shelf. If you live in the EU, sequence the decision, licensed venue first, coin second. MiCA has already trimmed the menu. If either coin is being sold to you with yield attached, pause. A regulated issuer cannot pay you yield, so name the engine that can before you accept the salary. And the warning that outranks everything above. Neither of these is a bank deposit. A stablecoin balance is issuer risk plus platform risk, with no deposit insurance behind it. You are choosing between risk profiles, not between risky and safe. Plenty of people run both. One coin for the trading float, one for the parked value. Split the float by the job, never by the logo. That is the whole matrix. Design, proof, rulebook, stress, and a match for each job. Whatever you pick, read its reserve report once, 10 quiet minutes, and the logo never looks the same again. That habit alone puts you ahead of most of this market. Quietly, permanently. The deeper cuts, the DPEG autopsies, and the audit anatomy are on the channel. One more time, because it is the whole point. The right stablecoin isn't universal. It's the one matched to your job. Subscribe to ChainSense. I'm Rachel. See you in the next one.